So like that, certain differences are there, but their usage, sometimes their usage overlaps. Okay? So we have that. Examples are all there. I'll read. Please read with me. Might has remote possibility. It has negative form also. And might is usually not used in a question. So I have not used the question form. Whereas may is used in the question form also. So all of them are there. When you are reading the sentences, keep 100% concentration on the sentence. Try to analyze word by word what grammar we are using. Did you understand? Don't concentrate only on the yellow color. I have put in yellow color. Have you seen? What we are highlighting is in yellow. What we are learning is in yellow. But the full sentence has grammatical items. Don't miss out all the grammar. You must not look at only one aspect. You must look at the full sentence. That is how we learn. So when you are reading, please concentrate fully. Usually what happens when we have drill is you are thinking of something else and you are just reading. Reading is mechanical. I don't want you to read like that. When you are reading, put your full mind into it. It may rain today. That means possibility is there. You know, weather report. They said thunderstorm in Hyderabad for 3 days. No thunderstorm. So much heat is there today, isn't it? Now we come to two more verbs, and that is must and should. Again, should can sometimes be used as past tense of shall, but not always. Main should is for giving suggestion. If somebody says you should do this or you should not do this, that is they are giving you some suggestion, some advice. Whereas if you want to give strong advice, that means something is compulsory, you have to do it, then you would say must. Must means force is there, compulsion is there. Whereas should is very gentle. If somebody says you must come, that means you are forced to come. If they say you should come, that means choice is there. You can come or you need not come. Like that, both of them are used. I have used the word form, negative form and the question form. Both of these verbs have all three forms. They have the basic modal form, they have the negative form, and they also have the question form. Now we come to two more verbs. They can function in two ways. One is that they are used as helping verbs to make the future. We have in English past present only from the verb. Future has to be made by adding another helping verb. So that helping verb can be will or shall. For second and third person, to make future, we use will. For first person means I and we. Second and third person is you and he, she, it and they. So for those, second person you use will, first person you use shall. That is called future. No difference. No modal. No mood is there. The mood comes when you have promise. If you use first person will, I will teach you. If I say, that means I am promising to teach you. I am making a promise that I will do it. Similarly, you shall do, that means compulsory. Like we said, must. Similarly, the word shall for second and third person. He shall or you shall. You know, he shall answer the police. So the police are asking, he doesn't want to speak, you say he shall answer. So what does it mean? It means that there is compulsion to do it. He has to do. There is no escape. Whereas shall for first person is simple, no compulsion, only simple future. Whereas second and third person meaning changes. Difference is there in British English. In the rest of the world English, not much of this difference is there. Okay? Let us read. The first is the future form. They will visit Hyderabad next year.
They will visit Hyderabad next year.
You will join college in June.
You will join college in June.
These have negative forms also, question forms also. No place on the slide, so no examples. Please make examples yourself. Instead of saying they will visit Hyderabad next year, we can say they will not visit Hyderabad next year. Or they won't. Will not becomes W-O-N-T. They won't visit Hyderabad next year. Question if you want to say, will they visit Hyderabad next year? That is the question form. Like that you can make all sentences yourself. Now promise, see examples. Please repeat. I will take you to the doctor.
I will take you to the doctor.
We will inform your boss that you are ill.
We will inform your boss that you are ill.
Now question also you can make with shall. You know, where you are using shall by saying he shall return the property. Shall he return? You can use the form. Usually in question we avoid shall. Will is more popular for making questions. Shall is not very commonly used. And in other varieties of English, the difference between shall and will, as in British English, is not so prominent. Okay, then we come to the next word, then that is would, often used as past tense of will. Just now we saw will. I told you should, sometimes use past tense of shall. Similarly, and also would is used for permission. Again, see, again one more form where you are using for polite request, for asking permission, for asking people for something, then you can use it. How many ways of expressing the same thing? If you want to express the same thing, see, one thing when I was making you speak, one thing I realize is that you don't have anything in your mind to speak. No ideas come to you. When I say speak, you must immediately get 100 ideas to speak. Then only you will get a chance. So you look around and you speak. There are bright lights. Can't you speak about them? There is a board. Can't you speak about it? There is a hall. Can't you speak? Look at the construction of the hall. Up to there, you have tiles. Floor, you have marble. Ceiling, you have nice design. You are not looking. How will you use language? Language is only the medium for your ideas. Unless you have idea, if you keep saying I am so and so, then every day I can come and tell you my name is this and go away. Isn't it? That is not important. Who you are, what you are doing, that is not important. Today is the third day. That means course is finishing. Now I don't want to know your name. First day I wanted to know your name. Today I don't want to know your name. Today I want to know whether you can describe anything in English. So that is important. 3, 4 only described something else. The rest of you started speaking yourself, about yourself. That is not good enough. Do you understand? So that is where we have to practice. Unless you practice these things, where would can be used for past of will, unless you speak, how will you know? Suppose you describe Salarjung Museum or you describe Golconda Fort. Have you seen? All of you are in Hyderabad or you are in some other place? When you have come to Hyderabad, you describe. Otherwise, describe your native village. Suppose you come from a village, I have not seen your village. You describe that, I will be happy. When he was telling me about himself, I said, don't tell about Malaysia. I have been to Malaysia, it's a beautiful country. But he described. See how many ideas came to him? Otherwise we say, my name, my profession, my course, my family, finished. 4 sentences, life is over. Your life is not like that. It has to be, you must know everything about everything. Then only you can speak. Spoken English doesn't come by learning English. Spoken English comes by how much awareness you have. Do you know what is happening in the world? Do you know what is happening around you? Then only you can use could, should, would, shall. Otherwise you can't use. These words which you are learning, I wanted you to practice them by speaking. Nobody did. I was disappointed. I have taught you so many slides, you know. We must have 20, 30 slides we have seen. No slide information has come out in your talk today. Except one slide where I said self. That everybody has learned. I want to become an IAS officer. So what? That is what I gave. That is my idea. I don't want you to be, Xerox machines of my idea. That is called in genetics cloning. So we have all clones only, no individuals. So don't be like that. Think, use these words, then only you will know how they are used. Okay, please read after me. He said he would consider our request. Here it is used as the past tense of will. He said he would consider means he will consider our request. So you're putting it in he said, then it becomes past tense. Now need implies necessity. Rarely it is used. Need can be used both as lexical verb and as auxiliary verb. In this slide, only auxiliary usage. Otherwise, I need a pen, I need a book, I need an English class, I need a house, I need a job. All that is lexical use of need. Need has auxiliary use also. Okay? I need to rush to work.
I need to rush to work.
You need to be more disciplined.
You need to be more disciplined.
Then we have the verb used. Used very often is wrong. If you say I used to know English, that means now you forgot. Whatever is used is in the past, now it is not useful anymore. Whatever is finished already, that only we say used. Present things we cannot say used. Similarly, ought. Ought is something we should do, obligation. When we need to help society, many of you said we want to help society. So we say we ought to. Ought to is the ability to do an obligation, to do a duty. So this is past habit, present we are not doing. That means whatever you say, now at present this is not happening. This verb, the main verb, whatever the main verb indicates, that action is finished. That finished action only used to shows. Many times it is used wrongly by saying, I used to live in Hyderabad. Now where do you live? I still live in Hyderabad. Then why are you saying I used to live in Hyderabad? Now are you living in Delhi or Bangalore? No, I'm still living in Hyderabad. Then don't use used to. Used to means you stopped doing it, now you're doing something else. Okay? I used to live in Warangal last year. We used to play here.
We used to play here.
When we were young.
When we were young.
That means play, now we don't play. Did you understand? That is the meaning here. He used to be an athlete.
He used to be an athlete.
In his 20s.
In his 20s.
Look at the way 20s is written. Many people write 20 and then put apostrophe and they write S. That is not correct. 20s here means plural of 20. Where 20 apostrophe S comes, that means it should be some possessive form. So if I say, this is the 20s team, or this is a 20s movie, I am putting another noun behind it. So immediately 20 apostrophe S. Are you able to follow? Wherever it is plural, no apostrophe should be used. Wherever it is possessive, only apostrophe should be used. So we are learning punctuation, we are learning spelling, we are learning vocabulary, we are learning grammar. But you will learn all this only if you practice on your own for the rest of your life. Not 1 day, 1 year, 1 minute, not like that. It has to be, language has to be practiced for the rest of your life. You have to go on practicing. You'll improve, become better, better and better. Go on becoming. There is no limit to your achievement. Now dare is again another modal which means a challenge. Usually, very rarely it is used. Also, it is something where you require a noun, it becomes modal. You require a verb, it becomes modal. You don't use the verb, then it becomes the main verb. See, this is permission. Somebody is telling you, you may take leave tomorrow. He may not appear for the exam. He mayn't appear for the exam. You must attend all the classes. We must complete the assignment today. We will not tell anyone your secret. We won't tell anyone your secret. Similarly, shall, the future first. I shall visit Hyderabad next year.